All right, good morning, Sherwood Forest. I hope you're having a great morning. It's Thursday, June 11th, 2020. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about some really cool stuff with Daisy. It's called Oobleck. Before we get into that, we'll go through a rundown of what's going on today in Sherwood Forest land. All right. Oh, that's Daisy. That's not what's. She's going to be up, and we'll talk to her in a little bit. I'm going to step back a screen so that we can see our list. All right. Technology. All right. So today is June 11th, as I said. We'll be doing, right now we're in the middle of Oobleck Live with myself and Daisy. At 11:30, we have a boys' cabin meeting. It's the 6th and ninth grade groups. Aaliyah and Will be with the students that just finished 6th grade. And Emily and James will be with those students who have just completed ninth grade. And then at 6 o'clock, the girls will do that same thing, again with Aaliyah and Will with 6th, and Emily and James with ninth. And tonight at 7:30, we'll have story time with Addie. Please make sure that you are following along with all of the programming that we've got going on for State Camp this time of the year. It's going to be a lot of fun. The other thing that I want to remind you is that if you're taking pictures of all of this awesome work, please upload them to the Facebook page so that we can bring those on and make it part of our show whenever we have one. Okay, so next, let's go ahead and introduce our special guest, Daisy Neaters. How are you doing, Daisy?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's a really cool day. So one of the things that we're here to talk about today is Oobleck. So tell us a little bit of the story behind Oobleck.
So, Oobleck is a really fun Dr. Seuss story
Mm.
about this king that just gets really, really mad at the sky and he wants something different. And so all of a sudden, this nasty, sticky, gooey stuff comes down. And so today we're going to make that
Oh,
sticky, gooey stuff.
that's cool. Well, why don't we check in with the story first and learn a little bit about it? So let's learn
Of
a little
course.
bit about the story.
Hi campers! Welcome to Oobleck time! So today we are going to read Bartholomew and the Oobleck by Dr. Seuss, and then we are going to make our own Oobleck. Who's ready? I know I am. So this is Bartholomew and the Oobleck by Dr. Seuss. They still talk about it in the kingdom of Did as the year the king got angry with the sky. And they still talk about the page boy, Bartholomew Cubbins. If it hadn't been for Bartholomew Cubbins, and that king and the sky would have wrecked that little kingdom. Bartholomew had seen the king get angry many, many times before. But that year, when His Majesty started growling at the sky, Bartholomew Cubbins knew he just didn't know what to make of it. Yet all that year, the old king did it. All year long, he stared up into the air above his kingdom, muttering and sputtering through his royal whiskers. The things that come down from my sky. All spring, when the rain came down, he growled at that. All summer, when the sunshine came down, he growled at that. All autumn, when the fog came down, he growled at that. And that winter, when the snow came down, he started shouting, "This snow, this fog, this sunshine, this rain, bah! These four things that come down from my sky." "But King Derwin," Bartholomew tried to calm him, "you've always had these same four things come down." "That's just the trouble," bellowed the king. "Every year the same four things. I'm mighty tired of those old things. I want something new to come down." "Something new to come down?" Bartholomew gasped. "That's impossible. Your Majesty, you just can't have it." Boy, don't you tell me what I can or cannot have. Remember, Bartholomew, I am king. I know, sire, said Bartholomew.
Wow, that's a lot. That's a really cool story. Daisy, thanks for reading some of that for us. You can listen to the rest of it if you want on our YouTube page right down here underneath the comments. You will find a link to that story so you can hear Daisy finishing that.
That's a really fun story.
Yeah. So what are we doing today?
So today we are going to be making oobleck, and I have a little bit of it right here.
Ooh.
It's definitely going to be very messy. So you want to be in a space where you're going to be able to make a mess and wear clothes that you can get messy in.
All right. So, like, what's an example of a space that I can make a mess in?
Probably on the kitchen counter. Probably not with carpet. You don't want to do it on carpet.
Oh, I can't do it on my rug in my bedroom.
No, it'll get sticky and
Man.
just go everywhere. On the plus side, though, it is easy to clean up. So you see, I got it all over my fingers here.
Yeah.
All I do is take a little bowl of water, dip my fingers in, and they're all clean again.
Oh, fantastic. So it's not going to make a big mess. I mean, it's going to make a mess, but it's not going to be something that I can't fix.
Exactly.
All right. Well, cool. Let's go ahead and actually go and take a look at that tutorial. Everybody, make sure you have all your materials with you and ready to go. What do they need to make sure that they have ready with them right now?
You want to have a mixing bowl.
Okay.
I use 2 separate bowls, one for my cornstarch and one for my water.
Mm-hmm.
You want a spoon to scoop the cornstarch into your water with. You want your cornstarch out of your bag and your food coloring out of your bag.
All right. I think we're ready to go. Let's see what happens.
All right, campers, who's ready to make some oobleck? So in your booter box, you're going to get your cornstarch and your slime food coloring. I went ahead and put my cornstarch in a bowl and measured out 1.5 to 2 cups roughly. I also got a pretty decent sized mixing bowl, and I put 1 cup of water in it. It's going to be a very messy activity, so make sure that you have plenty of space to do it and you're not wearing clothes that you don't want messy. So first, I'm going to take my cornstarch and my mixing bowl, and I'm going to start adding the cornstarch 1 spoonful at a time into the water. I want to make sure that it is all mixed up before I add any more. Get all the little chunks out, and you just want to keep doing this until you get it to the right consistency. It's getting to a point now where it's getting harder to mix it with my spoon. Like, it's definitely got some resistance there. So I'm gonna switch to mixing it with my hands. This is the messy part. Now that I have it the consistency that I want, I'm going to take my food coloring here. Oh, need to open it. It's got a little twist top and you just pop open the top there. And I'm just gonna add a few drops to make it a fun blue color. Now, Oobleck is a non-Newtonian liquid. So that means when you're playing with it really fast, it feels like a solid. But as soon as you stop, it turns back into a liquid and starts oozing again. So you can pick it up, and then it just oozes back down. This stuff is so much fun to play with. If you fill a balloon with it, you can make a really fun stress ball. You can make it into little balls like this, and then it turns right back into a liquid. See how it breaks apart whenever I squeeze it really hard like that? Or I can't, if I press really hard, I can't get my fingers to go through it. But if I go really slowly, look at that. It is so much fun to play with and also very messy. But on the plus side, it's also really easy to clean up. So all you need to clean off your hands is a little bowl of water. I just dip my hands in, or if you want to rinse them off in the sink. If it gets on the counter, you can just wipe it up really easily with a wet rag, and it comes off super easy. All you need is a little bit more water, and it'll take the oobleck right out.
Okay, that's awesome. So I'm super excited. So let's what is a non-Newtonian liquid? Give me a little more info.
So a non Newtonian liquid is any liquid that doesn't follow Newton's law of viscosity, which means that a liquid wants to have constant viscosity, which is like a constant texture
Yeah.
throughout the same time. In non Newtonian fluids, the viscosity can change under force. So with the oobleck, whenever you're playing with it really hard, it's turning into a solid. You're putting force on it.
Yeah.
So whenever you stop and it relaxes, then it turns back into a liquid.
Ah, so a Newtonian liquid would be one that doesn't fall underneath those principles, so it just stays a liquid regardless of what force or viscosity is put on it. Okay, cool. I think that makes perfect sense. I feel a little smarter today. So let's take a look at a really cool example of what a non-Newtonian liquid does in other aspects. So let's take a look. All right, so I'm gonna fire this clip up here as soon as I can find my cursor. Oh, that's so cool. That's crazy. Just dancing around on that speaker. That is so crazy. I think you should be able to see this now, Daisy.
I can kind of. Oh my goodness.
So crazy.
That is really cool.
Oh,
It's like a solid bouncing up and down, but then it stops and it's a liquid again.
Yeah. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Oh man, that was so much fun to watch. So at this point, we open the floor for questions, but I don't know if the comment section is on. I don't think anyone's been putting any comments down. So let's see. It may not be working. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. But we do have some really important things to share. So thanks, Daisy, for bringing that awesome Oobleck Oobleck to our experience here at Stay Camp Live. I hope that our campers, again, please create some Oobleck for us and show us how you play with it. Put those videos and clips on our Facebook page. But we got some birthday shout outs today, because there's some people who have some birthdays. Landon just turned 12 today, so that's fantastic. Landon's been going to summer camp for a while, so we're super excited to celebrate his birthday. And yesterday was a dear friend of ours' birthday. Darnell.
Happy birthday, Darnell!
It was Darnell's birthday yesterday. I won't disclose the age, but he's always a wonderful presence to have at camp, and we just love him. And I know for myself in particular, I think that I grow as a camp professional working with him because of his ability to think about the kids more than anything. So thank you so much, Darnell. All right, so I think that's it. That wraps up our show today. Thanks, Daisy, for coming.
You're welcome. It was great being here.
All right, take care. Have a good one, and have a great day, folks.